Had some technical issues. All right. So for those in our audience that aren't aware, after the election day vote, there are two Senate seats in Georgia that are still up for grabs. Now, I could try to explain this whole runoff election thing, but because of time, just know nobody won a majority of the votes. So now they have to do a second election in Georgia for both of those seats. Um, and this is important because the Senate has 100 seats and is currently split 50-48, leaning Republican. If the Dems pick up those two Senate seats in Georgia, then they will have a majority in the Senate because Vice President Kamala Harris, who's a Democrat, will be able to cast the deciding vote. So,
And Mitch the bitch will be out of luck. Yes. Yes.
so which would be great, by the way. All right. So here's the problem. Um, Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, a Republican, says he's launching investigations to several groups, including one founded by Georgia candidate for governor and Democratic superstar Stacy Abrams,
Hey, girl.
for seeking to aggressively register, in quotes, ineligible, out of state, or deceased voters. The groups being investigated include America Votes, Vote Forward, and New Georgia Project, which was the one founded by Abrams and previously chaired by one of the actual Georgia Senate candidates, Raphael Warnock. Now, Raffensperger said he'd received specific evidence that these groups have solicited voter registrations from ineligible individuals who have passed away or live out of state, and that he's issued warnings several times to these groups. So, my panel, question to you: do we think that this is grandstanding and more Trumpism, or are these groups really registering fake voters? I'll start with, I want to start with the Atlantean, Georgia, Gianni Storm.
I'm shook. I was like, I off gate, I don't believe it. I feel like it is antics of the Trump terror mob group. But I just feel like I that would be really kind of disgusting if that's true. That would be really disgusting and disappointing. But my thought so far is I don't believe it. I think that I would have to know more facts
Agree with
to
you.
really run with that.
Robbie Rock.
Yeah, with their
It's to me, this is just another thing that's indicative. It's just another thing that's lumped in with the Trump supporter base. Just the lack of ethics, some of the straight up shenanigans that we've seen time and time again. It fits the MO that they're trying to push their agenda at, like Liz keeps saying, that like no matter the cost, at whatever cost. So who cares if you're undermining the democratic process as long as the end result is you're going to get the representation that you want. And I've just seen this too many times from the Trump supporter base.
Yeah. Lizzie?
I don't trust. I'm with Rob B. I don't trust anything they say. Remember, Stacey Abrams, after she lost in the governor's race to, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, she went out and registered 66,000
Yep.
people to vote.
Beach.
That's why they're mad. That's why they're nervous, because they know that she has the power of the people and that she can go out in these communities and get these voters to listen to her. She can give them all of the information about their voting rights, about voting suppression, about what they need to do to vote, and get them to show up on election day. That is the issue here.
Mhm.
That's why they're concerned. Remember, for the past 2 weeks, President Trump has been blasting the state of Georgia for their recount, for their certification. Now he's saying that he regrets supporting Brian Kemp because Brian Kemp's like, there is no voter fraud in the state of Georgia.
Right.
And now all of a sudden we're going to decide, okay. We
Oh,
have
there
this
is.
election coming up where these two Senate seats, very important Senate seats, are up for grabs. And now here comes Stacey Abrams again. She might ruin it for us. So let's investigate her.
Mhm.
Let's again point the finger at her. So I don't believe any word they say at all, period. Like, our girl Whitney said, show me the receipts.
Yep. Now they say
Show me the receipts.
they said they had evidence, right? But so my thoughts are, I think it's possible that these groups may have accidentally registered some voters that were dead or out of state. I'm sure it happens all the time. Or maybe some individuals in the groups tried some shenanigans. That's possible. But as you're seeing with the recounts, we're talking a handful of votes, right? So we're talking like it may happen. These things may happen, but we're talking maybe 10 votes, 20 votes, at most 100.
But also remember, the New York Times investigated when Trump was making these allegations after the election,
Mhm.
when he was making these allegations about all of these dead people voting. The New York Times went and did an investigation,
Yep.
and they found no
Nothing.
evidence of that. Nothing.
Yep.
So
I mean,
here we are again.
do I believe in the possibility? It's possible. It's possible. But the problem is with Trump's grandstanding. This is a perfect opportunity for them to be like, you see, here's proof they're cheating. Even if they found one person doing it, one person, let's say one person out of the group signed up accidentally, on purpose, whatever, and then they say we have proof they're cheating. So now they can hold that and say, especially with Abrams, like you said, Lizzie, being so effective at registering real voters, they need to do whatever it takes to undermine those efforts. So this is just a matter of, look, we got a platform where I can do all these speeches and then tell everybody I'm investigating this BS, even if it's one person. Because I'm sure when they did their recounts, they found a couple of votes of dead people. I'm sure.
Show me the receipts.
I gotta see the receipts. I gotta see the sheet. All right, so we got a little extra time. Liz